Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with you all. To the topic of al-khushu' fi salah, the awareness in the prayer. Previously we've been asking this question, or someone was asking this question: how can I achieve awareness in my prayer? What are the means of having the awareness in my prayer? Well, let me mention them, let me summarize them, because it takes a long time, but I think we can mention them quickly, one by one. The first mean is to know that there is what we call today we use the word interview. An interview with a manager of your work should be taken or dealt with seriously. Imagine if the manager was talking to you and you said to him, "Oh, I was distracted, I wasn't with you." That will make him angry. You're standing before your Lord, and you should be dealing with these moments much more seriously than any kind of interview with anyone else. That's number one. Two is to know that when a person is performing the prayer, he is performing jihad. This is jihad in itself. Struggling. There's a struggle. You have to know that there's an enemy who will be, after calling for the prayer, he'll be coming to you and stepping between you and your prayer, saying, as the Prophet said, "Remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that," trying to distract you. Don't raise up the white flag and say, "I cannot control it. I'm so weak against it." No, you're not. Striving one time after the other will make you stronger, and you'll be able to control yourself. Third, you should know that you are, in your prayer, dealing with the rights, one of the rights of Allah, sha'airillah, the rights of Allah. And you should deal with it with much glorifying and honoring. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in chapter Al-Hajj, verse 32, وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. And whoever holds in honor the symbols or the rights of Allah, indeed, it is of the piety of the hearts. That means it is a sign that you have a pious heart. As that means, in other words, if you do not hold this symbol or rights as should be, then there's a problem in the piety of your heart. The other thing is that you should know that the devil wants to steal from your prayer. Imagine someone put his hand in your pocket and tried to take some money from you. He succeeded in taking some money from your pocket. Aren't you going to chase him? Even it may jeopardize your life. You're going to sacrifice yourself for your money. But your prayer is more important than your money. So you have to struggle. The same way of struggling against any thief that tried to steal your car, your money, or etc. Number 6, if I'm right, number 6, that also this prayer with khushu' will be causing the forgiveness which you need. The Prophet ﷺ said, 5 prayers that Allah made obligatory. Whoever performed these prayers on time, and he performed right, accurately, their ruku', bowing down, their khushu', their awareness, كان له عند عهد عند الله أن يغفر له. There will be a pledge, a promise by Allah to forgive him. So there's an opportunity of forgiveness in this prayer. If you accomplished their good ruku', good khushu', as the Prophet said. And he also said, alayhi salatu wasalam, whoever performed and made a good performance of wudu, and then performed 2 rak'ah, turning in these or through these 2 rak'ah to his Lord by both his heart and his face. By his heart and his face. In another narration, speaking not to himself in the prayer. I said in the prayer, the Prophet didn't say it. But he's talking about that for sure. Speaking not to himself. غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ. He will be forgiven what had passed of his sins. So there's a big chance of achieving forgiveness because of the correct and perfect prayer that you performed. In another narration, he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِلَّا وَجَبَتْ لَهُ الْجَنَّةِ. But paradise will be obligatory for him. Paradise will be obligatory for him. That have been narrated by Al-Bukhari as well. So there's a great deal of chance of forgiveness. Number 7, that the prayer with khushu' increase faith. And we need our faith to be increased. Number 8, that the prayer with khushu' is that prayer which was described in the Quran, that it prevents the person from committing abomination or evil actions. But a prayer without khushu' may not do the job, may not fit the description of that prayer that prevents the person from committing the evil. Number 9, that the reward of the performing of the prayer, it goes or it suits or it matches or it goes with accordance to his khushu' and focusing in his prayer. The reward is not about his standing or sitting. The reward is about his awareness in his prayer. Number 9 is to remember death in his prayer, as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said. Number 10 is to think about what he recite. When you recite the Quran, even, the fact is that even if you repeat the Quran many times, you don't feel bored. If you recite, I'll give you my experience. I don't say it for any reason but to tell the truth and to be a good model in this. There is no time that I recite Surah Al-Fatiha, the chapter of Al-Fatiha. Even if I repeated it tens of times, if I focus, I feel the effect of this chapter in my heart. No matter how many times I repeat the recitation of this chapter, which is considered to be the mother of the chapters of the Quran, the mother of the Quran. So try to ponder the verses that you're reciting. Try to ponder them. Try to think about them, about the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will help much. Because you need to have that taqwa. You know the meaning of taqwa? Taqwa is to have a God-fearing that will help you out of the prayer to resist the evil. If you cannot resist the source of evil, that is the devil, and the performance of your prayer was not good. So out of the prayer, I'm afraid that you may not be able to resist the evil. You are ordered to perform a good prayer with khushu' in order to elevate, to have your faith be raised. The more faith you have, the more resistant you will be in resisting the evil. So it is important for you to have higher faith, higher and higher faith. You need it so you can resist evil, tribulations, fitna, or etc. Number 11, preparing yourself. There's a preparation. You have to remember, the moment you stand, all right, now I'm in a position of jihad, struggling against this enemy. Also, remember the peace of mind, tranquility in the prayer. It's very important. If you perform your prayer quickly, you won't be achieving the peace of mind and the tranquility. Also, perform supplication. Make some supplication. If you pass by a verse of warning, you should be saying to Allah, "Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from this." If you pass by a verse of good news, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant you the good news, etc. So there's an activation that is occurring and taking place in your heart during the prayer that helps much on focusing in your prayer. Don't perform the prayer while you're hungry. Don't perform the prayer while you need to go to the bathroom. Don't perform the prayer while you're sleepy. Take a portion of your sleep, then wake up and perform the prayer. Try to improve your voice while you're reciting the verses that will be affecting your heart. There's an impact of the good recitation, of the good voice. And also, the other thing is that don't forget that this prayer is the greatest contact between you and Allah. I remember, this is my experience, a woman that converted to Islam. The moment she converted, the moment that she started to give the Shahada, she shed tears. I was asking her, why do you shed tears? She said, I feel the contact. And this is what you should be feeling. When you perform the prayer, you should feel the contact. Jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.